What's going on? It's John. Just recently bought the Sega Genesis Classics. Had to use all my Nintendo currency. It wasn't going to expire really anytime soon. I thought, well, I had plenty of gold coins sitting around and ended up getting 20 bucks off this game. So it's like, that's cool. I just decided, well, might as well get the Sega Genesis Classics. And I actually have this collection on Steam, but my computer is a potato and I can't run it very well. So I thought, well, I like the Sega Genesis games. I like my Switch, so I can just take this stuff on the go, and it'd be something that my brother and I can try playing online. And sure enough, it's actually fairly good. So I want to just kind of dive into one of the games, couple games. I'll show off Streets of Rage 2. I'll show off Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and show a little bit of how the emulation works and all of that. So let's check out the Sega Genesis Classics. We'll say that's a pretty cool looking screen. I like that. It's neat. So, warning, single Joy-Con used. Okay, yep, okay. Well, I'm not doing that, so cool. Not that I will, but I would be okay with watching that cutscene nearly every time I bust this game open. Gosh, that's cool. Okay, so let's go right into the meat of things. Here's Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I'll put it in. You've got 51 games on this collection, I believe. We'll just kind of just see how it sounds. Now, this is also coming out of a monitor, so it's not going to be the world's greatest sound system. One thing that kind of just gets me, and I'm playing on a, 1 millisecond refresh rate monitor, that's intentionally why I'm in this room. I'm going to show off kind of the input delay just on Sonic the Hedgehog. It seems weird. I'm hoping I can kind of get the focus right. You'll kind of get the gist. You can kind of just see. I don't know. It seems just slightly off. It's not a huge deal, but again, like, I've played this collection on my GameCube, and it runs better on that than it does on this. Is it unplayable? No. I wish Sonic, 2 could have been better, but hey, that's okay. I'm just going to speed through the level. Honestly, I'm happy if I can get through it. I'm not amazing at this game, but we'll see how it goes. Overall, sounds generally are pretty good. Sonic is apparently, I'm kind of making that off the cuff. I want to say it's a hard game to emulate. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like the Sonic games don't always work as well as you'd like with, compared to the other games. Let's see what other games we've got. Just looking at the library. I just played Streets of Rage 2 online with my brother, and that was actually very good. It was fun. So I'll show that off just really quick. And there are different display borders. Right now I've got my display borders turned off or just black, and I think it looks better that way. So you kind of get the gist. Let's see, let's go back. And then let's try full screen, see what that does, see what it looks like. Nope, full screen's okay. I would have imagined it would have been like, you know, stretched out and crazy looking, but there are different filters you can use. One thing I'll show off, let's see, I'll back out, I'll go to the console settings. And it's going to be kind of hard to tell. Let's see, I'm going to reset the console. Hope that does that. Okay. Here we go, emulation settings. I'm going to head there. So I don't know if you're going to be able to tell it a whole lot. It's going to be hard just with my camera and everything setup wise, but you can have different filters, and the HD4X actually looks pretty good. But I normally just keep everything none, just plain Jane, just as it is, just because I want the genuine experience. One thing I'll quickly move into is the multiplayer, online multiplayer, and I'm going to hit filter matchmaking games. And so this shows all of the games that you can play online. So Virtua Fighter 2, Toe Jam and Earl in Panic, Toe Jam and Earl, Streets of Rage 3, Streets of Rage 2, Streets of Rage, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Gunstar Heroes, awesome game. Golden Axe 3, Golden Axe 2, Golden Axe 1, Game Ground, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Crackdown, Columns 3, Columns, Bonanza Bros, Biohazard Battle, Altered Beast, and Alien Storm. You can play all of these games online, and how you'll do that, it's a little while to do it, but what I would do is I would just hit Y for toggle all, and then that means that you're not searching for any of those because they've all got X's on them. And then you select the game that you want to use, and I'll try Streets of Rage 2 again. And then you'd hit start matchmaking. And then you can play online. We'll see if we can find anybody. I was able to find somebody earlier. Obviously, I found my brother. That was intentionally finding the person. But it's a little archaic to find people that way. But overall, the online actually is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'm going to back out of that. So what would I give this whole package? For 30 bucks, getting 51 games is pretty ridiculous. I love the Sonic the Hedgehog games. I think that they're a blast. Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3. I've played all of them, and I think that they're classics. They're fun. Flicky, the little bird game, is a good time. That's one of my favorites. And Gunstar Heroes. Gunstar Heroes I've played through a couple times. I played through it a few times when I was in school, and gosh, that's a great game. So I think those games alone, plus when you add online functionality to Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3, the game is totally worth $30. Overall, I guess my only quirk with it is I wish that the emulation was maybe a little bit better. Some games like Sonic the Hedgehog have a little bit of delay. I don't know how the rest of the games feel because I just got this thing today. But overall, I would probably give this collection 8 out of 10. Adding online functionality is a big deal. Emulation could be better. But this is the Sega Genesis Classic collection, and I hope that you got some information out of this video. And yeah, it's definitely worth picking up if you got 30 bucks and you're not strapped for cash. Hope you enjoy it, and thanks for watching.